Going over 3 different ways that you can get better with alcohol markers right now. You got some new Copics, some oh-hoo-hoos. Are you struggling? Stay tuned. Yo, what up guys? My name is Billy. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back. If this is your first time, take your thumb and just pop that subscribe button. Do it. It'll be good for your health. It's good for your mental health. My channel is good for your mental health. I post videos every week, speed drawings, reviews, tutorials, and I use alcohol markers as my main medium. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram too. I post other drawings and stuff like that there. But in this video, I'm going over 3 things that will help you improve instantly. If you apply these tips and tools that I give you, I promise you, it will help you out. All right, so let's not waste any time. Number 1, do you have too many markers? That is such a thing. I know that's kind of weird. Like at first I wanted to get as many markers as possible. As you can see behind me, I have more alcohol markers than I know what to do with. And there's also little drawers underneath those full of other alcohol markers. I have way too many and I only use about 30% of what I have. But yeah, if you're a beginner, I definitely recommend choosing a set of markers that you really like. I always recommend oh-hoo-hoo markers as the best cheap alternative to like Copics or something. But if you want to be bougie, you can get you some Copic chows. Somebody told me in the comments in my last video how to say this, chow. Some Copics, right? It comes with about, I don't know how much it comes with. It says it right on the box. Hey, it comes with 36 markers. That's a good place to be. But in general, if you have too many markers, narrow it down, you know? You want to know which markers have the best chemistry together, which ones blend together, look best together. But oh-hoo-hoo markers, I got mine, there's like, I think it's like a 50 set. That's kind of a lot, but that's perfect for me because there's different tones of different shades, so that I can blend and give things dimension. Also, find the colors that you use the most, that you gravitate toward the most in your set, and just kind of pull them out. All right, so the second thing that you can do to get better with alcohol markers, I'm gonna break this down into 10 quick tips, just fire them at you. Number 1, work in fast, small circles. In my opinion, this is the best way to get consistent, even saturation. Number 2, if you're gonna go crissy-crossy, make sure you go vertical and horizontal. If your work looks streaky, it's because you're just going one direction, and you're probably not applying enough layers to it. Don't do this over your drawing. So many times I'll be working, like I'll be in the zone, swimming, going in, coloring, and I go, and cheaper ones tend to spit alcohol ink out the nib, if you know what I mean, if you take the cap off really violently like me. So just kind of go to the side and open it. I forgot what number I was on. So make sure you're working from lightest to darkest. Next tip, use a coloring book. If you're not that confident in your line work and you feel like you need a really solid foundation to actually even begin coloring, skip all that. Get like a coloring book and practice your blending techniques with that. Like oftentimes I'll get discouraged if my lines look like crap. I don't even want to continue. Get like a superhero coloring book or something, anything. Whatever characters, whatever theme you like, I'm sure there's a coloring book out there for it. Next thing, find a good liner. Don't use cheap liners. Sharpie works, but in general, find a liner that doesn't smudge. Well, I lied. All liners pretty much smudge if you don't let them dry. So that's kind of part of this tip. For 1, find a good liner that you like, that fits good in your hand. Typically, I like to go at liners that don't create like shakiness when you apply pressure. Next thing, add more layers. If you're trying to get a flat consistency, like you're just trying to get like a flat color, if you don't add enough layers of that same color, you're probably gonna see the white in the paper and it's gonna look really weak, or your subject's just gonna be blotchy and streaky. Typically, I make sure I put about 2 to 3 layers, meaning I color it in small circles, right? Let it dry, then I'll go back over it again. Usually 2 works. If I'm trying to oversaturate, get real dark, probably go 3. Yeah, don't be afraid of it. Learn how to use a colorless blender. Unlike water-based markers, if you make a mistake with a Sharpie or something, you color outside the line, you're kind of doomed. You're kind of screwed. But with this colorless blender, it's basically just alcohol in a marker, colorless alcohol. And this is really good for small corrections. You can't fix everything, that's why you gotta take your time when you're working with these markers. But let's say you slightly color outside the line, you can kind of push it back in. You can push the color back in. And you can also do really cool effects with this. Let's say you wanna make a sky, but you don't want it to look just straight up blue, flat, right? Color in your sky blue, and then just do some swipes across it. It will give it a textured look, like it's like clouds, like it's a atmosphere. All right, and the last thing real quick in this firing squad of tips, make sure that you understand that contrast is key. If you have a subject up front, make sure that the color behind it complements it and is contrasting. I mean, really it's up to you, but I like contrasting colors. So like if I make something red, then the color in the back, I want it to be green or blue. Something that visually catches the eye and makes the subject pop. All right, so I think that was 10 quick tips that you can work into your 10 things that you can work on to improve instantly. And the third absolute key to making sure that your picture comes out a success, I'm gonna do an alcohol marker drawing. But before I do it, I'm gonna take my reference that I'm using and I'm gonna draw a really ugly, smaller version of it so that I can just use the colors that I want to use on it. I don't want to make my outline and then go into it blindly and then completely use a color that doesn't match, because I'll tell you that happens. And then when you use a color that doesn't match and you try to go over it with a different one, then you get this block crap. But yeah, like the video if you like it. Don't like it if you don't like it. There's a button for that one. But make sure you subscribe. I'm not gonna sit here like my video. No. I'm here for all your alcohol marker needs, whether you like me or not. But yeah, let's do that. All right.
Switch sides, like even when I die, I'm a ride for the squad, not a ties in the hearse. I've been on a vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap, got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house, then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to the grip in the face, be still, let that hit stuff fade. We all want the same, and y'all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel bent from the bit. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah. Turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. Long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, every time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
From the glass in the mirror,
Yeah.
do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see the ass, and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad bitches here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. He done light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young niggas in the reckless, gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace.